Hello, good morning. Here is the news on STM Radio Vision, Elisha. First, the headlines. Federal government earmarks 1.7 trillion naira in 2026 budget for unpaid contractors. Rivers Assembly rejects political solution for Fubara. I will align with party offering presidential VP ticket, Kwankwaso. APC, no threat to Adeleke's re-election bid, our court party boast. 2026 WAFCON final draw host January 15 in Rabat. There's a real threat of U.S. military action against Colombia, President tells BBC. Now the news in full. I am Chidima Abel. The federal government has budgeted a sum of 1.7 trillion naira in the 2026 appropriation bill to settle outstanding debts owed to contractors for capital projects executed in 2024. A breakdown of the proposed 2026 national budget shows that the amount is captured under the line item titled Provision for 2024 Outstanding Contractors' Liabilities, signaling official recognition of delayed payment to contractors amid recent protests over delayed settlements. This budgetary provision follows mounting pressure from indigenous contractors and civil society groups who in 2025 raised alarm over unpaid contractual obligations allegedly exceeding 2 trillion naira. Some groups under the All Indigenous Contractors Association of Nigeria had also staged demonstrations in Abuja, lamenting the severe impact of delayed payments on the operations, with many contractors reportedly unable to service bank loans taken to execute government projects. Earlier, Minister of Works David Umahi had promised to clear verified arrears owed to federal contractors before the end of 2025. However, only partial payments were made amid revenue constraints, prompting the inclusion of the 1.7 trillion naira in line item in the 2026 budget as a catch-up mechanism. The spokesperson for the Rivers State House of Assembly, Enemi George, has said lawmakers will see the impeachment proceedings against Governor Similayo Fubara and his deputy, Ngozi Odo, to the end dismissing suggestions for a political solution. Speaking in an interview with Channels Television on Thursday, George dismissed suggestions that impeachment was a political move designed to pressure the governor. On allegations of repeated misconduct by the governor, George described Fubara as a recidivist, explaining a recidivist as one who committed the same crime repeatedly after forgiveness or punishment is served. He cited instances where the governor allegedly mismanaged public funds, including appointing relatives to positions without proper screening. George also addressed recent controversies over public funds, including December 30, 2025, rejection of 100,000 Christmas gifts accredited to lawmakers' account on the orders of the governor. The national leader of the New Nigeria's People's Party, Senator Rabi Musa Kwankwaso, has said he would only consider aligning with the political party ahead of the 2027 general elections if it offers him either the presidential ticket or the vice presidential slot. Kwankwaso made the disclosure while speaking at a Kwankwasidiya gathering at his residence in Mila Road, Kano, where he addressed ongoing political realignment ahead of the next general elections. His comments come amid speculations over a possible defection of Kano State Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf from the NNPP to the All Progressives Congress. Reacting to the speculation, Kwankwaso dismissed the report, describing them as unrealistic. The former Kano State Governor also criticized the style of politics under President Bola Tinubu, arguing that numerical strength within a party does not necessarily translate to electoral success. The Accord Party in Osun State has asserted that the All Progressives Congress poses no significant challenge to the re-election campaign of Governor Demola Adeleke. During a press conference in Osogbo yesterday, State Chairman of the Accord Party, Pastor Victor Akonde, emphasized that the APC's gubernatorial candidate, Bola Oyebamiji, lacks the necessary popularity and public support to contest effectively against the incumbent governor. Akonde explained that Delegate's administration enjoys widespread backing across the state, attributing the support to his people-oriented policies and governance style. He recalled the detrimental effect of the previous administration, mentioning that issues like house salaries led to hardships for pensioners who struggle to afford medication due to delayed payments. Akonde described the situation during APC's governance as one marked by abandoned projects and neglect. He reiterated that the Delegate's administration has garnered significant acceptance among the populace, asserting that APC has been rejected by the Osun State people. The final draw for the CAF Women Africa Cup of Nations WAFCON Morocco 2026 will take place in Rabat on Thursday, 15 January 2025. The Confederation African de Football has confirmed. The event will also feature the announcement of the remaining winners in the CAF Awards 2025 women's categories, including the CAF Women's Coach of the Year and other top honors in women's football. The draw will mark a milestone for the continental tournament, which will feature an expanded 16-team field for the first time in its history. The qualified teams for the competition are host Morocco, alongside Algeria, Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Cape Verde, Cote d'Ivoire, Egypt, Ghana, Kenya, Malawi, Mali, Nigeria, Senegal, South Africa, Tanzania, and Zambia. Ahead of the draw, CAF will announce the winners of the 3 outstanding women's football awards: CAF Women's Coach of the Year, CAF Women's Inter-Club Player of the Year, and CAF Women's Club of the Year. And now on the foreign scene, Colombia's President Gustavo Petro has told the BBC that he believes there is now a real threat of U.S. military action against Colombia. Petro said the United States is treating other nations as part of the U.S. empire. It comes after Trump threatened Colombia with military action. He said that the U.S. risks transforming from dominating the world to becoming isolated from the world. He also accused U.S. immigration and customs enforcement ICE agents of acting like Nazi brigades. Trump has significantly expanded ICE operations as part of what the administration says is a crackdown on crime and immigrants who illegally enter the USA. Following U.S. strikes on Venezuela and the seizure of Nicolas Maduro, U.S. President Donald Trump said a military operation targeting Colombia sounds good. Trump has also repeatedly told Petro to watch his back, remarks Petro strongly condemned. Trump and Petro spoke by phone on Wednesday evening, after which Trump said he would meet his Colombian counterpart at the White House in the near future. Writing on his Truth Social platform later on Wednesday after the call, Trump described his conversation with Petro as a great honor. And now to end the news, here is a recap of our stories. We told you that the federal government has budgeted a sum of 1.7 trillion naira in the 2026 appropriation bill to settle outstanding debts owed to contractors for capital projects executed in 2024. We also told you that the spokesperson for the Rivers State House of Assembly, Enemi George, has said lawmakers will see the impeachment proceedings against Governor Similaye Fubara and his deputy, Ngozi Addo, to the end dismissing suggestions for a political solution. The spokesperson. We also told you that the national leader of the New Nigeria People's Party, Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, has said he would only consider aligning with a political party ahead of the 2027 general elections if it offers him either the presidential ticket or the vice presidential slots. The Accord Party in Osun State has asserted that the All Progressives Congress, APC, poses no significant challenge to the re-election campaign of Governor Ademola Adeleke. The final draw for the CAF Women's Africa Cup of Nations WAFCON Morocco 2026 will take place in Rabat on Thursday, 15 January 2025. The Confederation African de Football has confirmed. Lastly, we told you that Colombia's President Gustavo Petro has told the BBC that he believes There is now a real threat of U.S. military action against Colombia. That ends the news on Esteem Radio Vision, Elisha, Ocean State, Nigeria. The news was edited by Afolabi Adenipekun and was brought to you by Chidima Abel. Thanks for listening. Good morning.